107 contracts. Contract bako. Oha bako ni esong 107. Wa award no. Emu mako eduawotwe bako 81 out of the 107 no e so sourcing. Kiremim di emimfo. Ade na wo ba wo betwam no. Enipa bi de bokro no nti enye papa ekunti o man nti one ya soro abofo nti wo ba oba be siesie no enne 81 out of 107 e so sourcing. NDC ba pa we. If in November last year, Bessin na ya kasei. Namana jump from 1,414 to 3,464. 81 so sourcing in the 26 na ka hono. Na ti sika erishiegu. I was our contract yidamu. 73 billion cedis. Mr. Software, Musori Gina den bomb ntama bomb mayase, shishe mu buta kese, and na magi din Yakopon tuemu nyinaka.
On the 8th of September 2016, now about 6:20 p.m., I say overpricing of contracts through the use of sole sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. 23rd August 2016 on Twitter. I said the era of sole sourcing will come to an end. So
the year promise in a manifesto, the Reset Ghana manifesto, yebe amended the Public Procurement Act. Sa single source yebe chaso.
Mr. Speaker, will minimize sole source procurement to encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes.
There's spurious information online that 76%
Honorable Minister, just go ahead with your
projects
statement.
where sole source is also false.
At 1st January 2023, there was a total of only 233 contractors who are qualified to be on that list. Then by December or November 2024, that list had increased to 1,414.
Ema TF na hwefo nyina kwaba ede ba Koda Media Thieves so abede media ne kachiri agya ye wodi asempa dwumadi ya tontin chirechirem. Enti ugina fichire ho amenko na ti sansam nchirem ne abebo papa Ghana chichire na ne chichire no nsambiri koso ayese Ghana fo nyina ete na NDC for beba power no wotena se nyoni nsam atoro emu yidru our friend propaganda nkontompo ene no kware se na obi hyiegu o ma Ghana fo na ampani nuani ampanti Ghana fo nso toy what's our friend bibi so source and so source se abaye adwuma bi na wope contractor fo bi na won ababaye na wo se yidi se ne ne contractor fo be hia na yako printi contract document ni ade na manfo abeto akofele aba ni ade no ebeche edi aban hia ni ntemti no yemfa SMS sana wofre sa so sosen no na no kire emergency asem bi ehu hia adwuma bi ehu hia prekope mpofrim na ode amo obaako na enti saade a na or competitive bidding. Our contractors base be a do no want to project back document. No be a price no diaba. Na ye da back so that nena mudim ubia de beba mubi siasa na fe ye bia krata so ni ahwe ni ane price. Ene modern bone document ni ade be check bibia. SMS na board no ana ba sonfo ne tenase no wo hwe hu se ono na wodi adwuma no mana obitimi aye na waye ne yi competitive bidding and he also selective sanwe de machines a wode ye ho adwuma nipa be sian bi pe na wo bi nti mmia select di pasa be sian no pe na wo mbra ho na sami jamfika sem bi opposition What's the MPP for this so source and no the bokron via sika or contract home. Then to what the one bar 210 time will be chum. Mummy could tell you as a median fee. Send na up a power benti about fracatwa. Nempay say as a way was Sujin Kukusua. Net to pie. Now to pie. I want to be one more self. You could tell me Nimbra.
On the 8th of September 2016, now about 6:20 p.m., I say overpricing of contracts through the use of sole sourcing is very typical of this John Mahama NDC government. 23rd August 2016 on Twitter. I said the era of sole sourcing will come to an end. Sole sourcing, ye chemo, because sole sourcing, chrono. I said we promise to move away from a predominance of sole sourcing to tendering in procurement, and we have delivered. MPP ba omunyebi, wama appointees warning mamunko yebi. Ono also say abina di niboshe so sole sourcing there omejai. New angle bi aba MPP for the bomb by no chrono ye pa. Dia your friend sole sourcing. Cocoa Road Projects company yunkwenye ba ko mienu. Wakane buobo mu a 83 million cedis. Tetisika no 830 billion. Ena bawumia asanso di ama ono ani nua company. And also sole sourcing. Because if 87%, that is 175 contracts out of 266 did not go through any competitive, transparent process, then it means that these guys are shortchanged us. They lie their way into power.
Sabi Jemfia some will come fast contract man who you the go MPP ni mase ma Ghana for condo one say or ban obidio man so since one away asra bofo. Yen yes am roku jeto abrakwa. Or call Captain Smart shoes. Or this asam kuria because to gra. Na Captain Bisanos unia ye recordu also I then. Yanko was a dancing to Woku Sun Cruncia, Unahe, Yanko Tiania, Ukujita Bracas, Cancer Marino.
They promise in a manifesto, they said, the Reset Ghana manifesto, they said. Yeba amended the Public Procurement Act. Say single source, yeba chasso. Because it's been abused.
Some of you on record.
Oh, yes. Yeba.
Na mofre when ya brepa to me. No when ya kwa be ye ni ombeye. Na was I no other Bobosiano. And you know no would tiampa. You could you tabroqua or can walk Captain Smart shoes ni and I'm with you. Nenda on up power. Honorable Kwame Aguja MP4 Adakulu who ono and no Yosua or she a quantum ponso. Construction bia obey or kwansu bia da agboja streso na yenu bia wo fe Sulemana Brima onene director for Media Foundation for West Africa and Fourth Estate. What should I say? 107 contracts. Contract bako. Or how back on a song 107 or 107. I want to know. A moon marco and we are watching back 81 out of the 107 no a so son. Chiremim dear mimfo. I don't know what about which no. Any pebby the bokron into any papa a kunti or man until one I saw above into waba or baby sissy and there. 81 out of 107 is so source. Kokubra, Kwabrambra, Ajabra, Beji, we are for every party chairman, we are Medini, make it 10%. 107 no, 81 is so source. 26 ne ka in Mpono and can ye competitive tendering. Na man from BD. And also quite selective. Coco football, unu anima on paso. NDC fusubeni. Na mi so chirebi. Se NDC reach the political platforms no kasa. Uti na wetie ni mpenge bi. Nkan kasa me Jemfine. Once this San George ne o mampanyin na nkasa kura kan ho bi. Me ne yekonkoti no mampanyin nkasa kura so kafa sa so source dwumadi no ho e wo sa mere no. Na opepa wa benti. Okuta won agenda.
To encourage competition, competitive bidding, and enhance public transparency in the procurement processes. Single source procurement must be the rare exception rather than the norm. We must also subject government projects above a certain threshold to value for money audits. But that is government bleeding. Everybody cutting their pound of flesh. That must stop. Mr. Speaker, we are bringing legislation to this House to tighten our procurement processes by banning sole source contracts.
No man pay any. And then was a big push. Big push. Why are crying? Candidate deny a green book. And that was obey the physical into what friend big push. Nano engineer bia what friend no Michael Kosi Dede. Was it 2023? Now MPP na wabem. Ministry of Road and Highways. Our Ministry of Rules. Why are you say? Contractor for now, why are quino? What best strong one so? You, what best strong one so? Na ya papa for beer. Yedim says, Uncle Free Day. What the addition in Sacrans of one call home pa, obitinia. Into what song so no? Will be 233 qualified contractors. That is if it's a mere kono. Ubia or contract documenta or per se or CC no onya all the requirements. Na otime bekasa 233 no ho. Enti anche biara na afrako 1414 from 2023 now to 2024 no na che say nipa contractors are one ababeka ho 1414. NDC ba power. If in November last year, Bessin na ya kasei. Namana jump from 1414 to 3464. Let's just say a agenda pa na what transcend was set to say, ye de beba. Mumian kasentia. Nagana fon to aba maye ye ba ye medini enko. Nti President Mahama ba oba ye obedi na wakọ. Waka kire ne nkrofo no wa won sa be kan bi no menja mu me nya me na won che nti wusu nya fakọ. Sa na sisa mamu na kwakoye. Nti sa wo friend nai 81 so sourcing in 26 na ka ho no. Na che sika erishiegu was our contract mu 73 billion cedis. 73 billion Ghana cedis. Odu ko titiskere ma enko dan mu ha. This was she. O ma be hihye mpo ni be ye metifo na wodi meet wo Bedford ho no. Wo na woni mu niam hihye. Mutre wi asada mo yesa eyi. Yankwane nkokotie yenia Michael Kosi Dede. Ninchiremu a ode bai.
In the classification of contractors in this country, something very, very interesting had happened over the last 2 years.
Okay.
In 2023, the ministry decided to reclassify contractors in this country. And when they did that, as at 1st January 2023, there was a total of only 233 contractors who are qualified to be on that list. Then by December or November 2024, that list had increased to 1,414. Yes, qualified contractors. Again, you see that people are actually putting their names on the list. People are qualifying quickly to bid for certain projects. Now, between November and when this government came into power after the election, and December 2025, that number had increased from 1,414 to 3,464 contractors.
You don't say?
Yes. It's on the Ministry of Roads website. You can verify it. So there's a dramatic increase in the number of contractors who suddenly qualify to bid for government contracts. And the number who qualify for what we call unlimited has increased from mere about 40 something to 290, which means unlimited. They can do any scale of contract works. So the grounds have been laid.
True.
You understand? So these are the things that if we want to investigate thoroughly, we need to go back and look at all that information. How did all of a sudden people qualify in such huge numbers? And how many of these people who qualified within the last 1 year have been awarded some of these sole source contracts? That is where we can then begin to see the real intents and to assess whether the government is being transparent and honest with us or not. So these are the things that we need to follow very carefully so that we can arrive at conclusion, and not just the mere fact that, oh, we went through the law with, no. We need to go back and look at how people suddenly ballooned, the list of qualified contracts suddenly ballooned, and then be able to look at them and say how many were upgraded from a certain level to A1, B1, and how are they truly A1, B1 qualified, and not people who are suddenly going to take contracts and go and sell it to other people.
Mark and so do the buy na eno awie na yenua Sulemana Prima MP Abuja kire say Minister for Roads say hwehwemu a wode bae ne ne wode betu gua say 103 ne 117 ne ne ekeka ho ne nyina ya atoro ho amwa won mi hu documentary man na mode ma won na mi nyiri say Sulemana Prima director on the fourth state for obetwa atoro kire Ghana for da. And so MP jira parliament I can say so den sasansa man nyane kware mum ye kotie na ada pa ni bi ni emra
that 76%
Honorable
of the
Minister, just go ahead with your
projects
statement.
were sole source is also false. Only about 44% of those projects were procured through sole sourcing. And I state on record, Mr. Speaker, we are making progress as a house and as a country to make sure that much of our procurement is done competitively. But that is why I'm saying that those who claim to have done this so-called analysis based on data we submitted to them freely didn't help the country. Because if they did due diligence, they would have known that those percentages they put outside were...
Honorable Abuja MP4 Adaklu Ewo Nada pa ni bini document about the ma won kokotwe mu na wo bae na obeka mu asem no and now the parliament defend it what can say student dendin say yen kware na omanyina be hu misa asofo a musoru gina dendin bom ntama bom ayase hihye mu buta kese enama yidin yakopon tuam nyina aka Catholic Bishop Conference for Jansare ne wengam ne usu bempanom ne hina Jansare friend den Duncan William Kofi Oduro num Pranchiankra nom NDC fo mpanyimfo ena mani magu ase menye ne se samba from ho Yakopon asofo bio I don't know but they call themselves Christians. They call themselves Christians. A Christopher Brenny. No be anyone anymore go say Dr. Wengam. Mama BCC, I saw that baku do ma Assemblies of God unity. Why ding? Nena unhia woman when you de. Waka 2 hours soro. Asurumpo. E benya na hansa wako, ne yeto so ebien wo soro. Nti wo ye bibia na wadwene ho. Enne ye kasai ena da kasa fodi so no wo ko Registra one website ya shutting it down denti wo ko a sa contractors no a and what is 81 contract sole source no wo behu onti no they had to close the whole website down and then you cannot access websites now Registra. And yes, sir, what the back cancel. MPP for the back coho who say, contractors, we no na yama on so sourcing no. Until we have to close it down. Until they are shutting it down. Aban papa don't know. Nagada for munya hwe. Matching point in cramai are watching granted. Match the one good them na them punching quatre. Mu hwe. Nende okwabana TV begina ho say sanitary pad a watch man miano and who hia ma free education there. Na Ghana ha me hu say enyansafo okrom ha bio. Eno answer what what's what the entoto Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Ka dwene wo fam. Because wo didi pa no monkwa na hon dauti wa what dwene a. You would never present this to the public. Say 54% of Ghanaians say sanitary pad now what chair no very important for them. To them, saying free education now will be the buy no. Wouldn't you home with you? And I brand to be kind of no so we use a preko timba preko na attention will be woo because we jimmy so. Na onyame tiase wo so fan fence rem na kwase fidum a wo yokromfo kwa ba fa so be pue no ye behwe nti aban papa da ba nti Ghana fo bia ye din so na enye na eye nkrofo bi kwan a wo de fa so wia Ghana fo no ye ya abanti ye de sa so no ye twam enne 81 out of 107 and other 400 projects and also Agboja award no one 10% womb. By 2028, Agboja will be the billionaire in NDC. Within the big question, he will be the millionaire among all the NDCs. Now, what you're trying to say, now, when I do, what's my own, ukudin kwa siasam, o police station. Wasame ya me mobo se. Wasame ya me mobo. Anadwo na wonam. Wonam ekura se kwan. Go touch light kura kania no ehwe. Na Agboja ye tam. Na say dey kento abeka kire wo say wo de nkwasiafo na apiritumi. Enti monkoso aye nkwasiafo NDC grassroots bo bekoso aye nkwasiafo akosi wiase awie ade ye nenye enti NDC fusuban ni NDC fusuban wo de ba power eni ade anye no won de ye ma won esanse won kro no de woni mo bo wo ye expert political party a emufu akọ prison wo Ghana ha in the history of the republic NDC for the life of Kwame Pepra, Ibrahim Adam, Pisipayanki, all my teacher Chichkata, when you know I call them. Once I give you. In Tia 107 projects, 81 by so awesome. And you Adachi Bia, Osuma Banyan Safwa. Also, Osuma Banyan Safwa, Osumana Montentin. Yo. Enti yene yende. Ene da hono. Registra General Department. One website na ukọ ho betimi anya information ni ade nyina won some a people eye ntinta no ya dum no say team. Yen so bio. Yes amu behu nipa dodo a contractors dodo contractors no wondi ni ade nyina mu behu ha. Nti ya dum no eno so e. The first time in the history of this country. NDC by power. Emma, Registra General for website. You have to. You have to brand the so that you cannot access the website. A san crony a pesia bunti. In your coupon was through. Koda Media Thieves ni. We did catch a jail, dear, some pajumedi, a yen some chirim, and I would have assumed.